don't like feeling like I'm forcing someone to talk to me, especially a
Yeah.
man. Because once the tism starts fighting back, it makes me anxious. I feel like I'm doing something wrong or whatever. So
Hmm.
it's weird to me that in a society where men talk about how much they want to lead, that they can't lead a conversation.
Yeah. It'd be very weird and awkward. Like it
Like,
just and
and
it's
I don't know
very
what to do.
rare. Yeah, it's very rare that you find one that you can have a good, thorough conversation, or you're fishing really hard.
Yeah, and I'm just like, the way that my mind works is if I have to fist fight you for a conversation, then maybe we just aren't
Yeah,
compatible. You know, like,
yeah,
don't what you doing me to death. And then on the opposite end of that,
yeah.
there are the niggas that love bomb, which is terrible to do because that's dopamine for me. For the
Mm-hmm.
neurospicy, that's dopamine. You love me, I love you too, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna stop you. I don't believe you, but
But I'm not gonna stop you.
go with it. You love me,
And
I
I
love you
think
too. What you talking about?
I just I know it's gotten worse because like for me when I was dating, it's been a minute, but when I was, it that was the time that time period. I was like, damn, this sucks. Cause you have to have these what you doing conversations. There was one guy that was what you doing me down to the ground, boots, like every other sentence. I could be like, I'm washing my hair. Dot dot dot. What you doing?
I don't get it, and like
Mm,
I don't get it. I don't.
yeah.
And at this point, I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna do like that lady said at that panel and spin a block on one of my exes, and
Mm.
rather the demon, I guess.
I guess you already know the person, so you already know what you're gonna get.
I wouldn't realistically do that. I'm being facetious because I barely liked them niggas then, for real.
Yeah, that's true.
I was just trying to check off boxes.
Yeah.
This was before my frontal lobe was fully developed. Then I was dating because that's what I thought I was supposed to do. And there was no let me say that I don't like them, that I didn't like them, because I know a few of them be lurking. It wasn't that I didn't like them. It wasn't that I was a version of myself that could stand on the boundaries and things that I stand on today.
Yeah.
So the things that I were attracted to then are not the things that
And
I'm attracted to
attracted.
now.
You're definitely like you've grown. You've grown through the things. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, no, I just there are a few of my friends that hate to hear me say like I'm just gonna be by myself forever, but it's really realistically
It's
it's
true.
looking like that. It's looking
No,
like that.
not to be like to you or anything, but like talking to other friends and their dating experiences, I'd be like, hey, if it was me today, I'd be okay. Cause the thing is like entering new spaces and trying to make valuable relationships. We can go on about this forever, so we can leave that for another. But anyways,
Yeah,
entering new spaces and getting valued. This could go for friends, family, new spouse. It just is hard out here. It really is.
yeah. So it's just like,
If if it happens, it happens. It's
yeah,
one of
at
those
this point,
things.
because
Yeah.
well, guys, this is Shelby,
And this is Jess.
and welcome back to the League of Extraordinary Readers. We were supposed to read the Salt Eaters, huh? And 42 Black American pages for chapter one did Jessica and I in. We gonna
I was
spin the block
like,
on our auntie at a later
yeah.
date, okay?
I said,
Because
no. I said no. It was either we're going to come up here and fake book review and discussion, or
or read something else.
which says yeah, because it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, faking it was never on the list for us. I just Ernest J. Gaines put me into a reading slump.
Mm, yeah.
Was like in a decent flow of my reading. On top
Mm-hmm.
of the fact that I've had like a rolling migraine for the past like 3-ish weeks. So it's like when I was able to sit and read, I was doing a good job with what I was reading. And then I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, I don't want to take a lesson before dying into uh April
April.
with
Mm-hmm.
us, or with me at least. So I was like, let me sit here and finish this. And when I tell you I sobbed, I
Mm.
don't know the last time a book did me in like that. I cried reading Ken by T.R.A. Jones. I definitely, there is a part that I was
Mm-hmm.
like, no, like I had it got me. But
Mm-hmm.
Ernest J. Gaines, I put on threads. I said, the only time a man should be making me cry is when he is using words and great sentences to build worlds, or if we is hunting real hard. Okay,
Yeah.
that is it. And since he made me cry,
Mm-hmm.
I've ordered just about all of the rest of his books. They'll be here in a couple of days. um, I like he did me in.
I yeah, I've been battling this reading slump since I think it got real hard after I finished the Seven Daughters of Dupree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it got it got real bad around there. Yeah, I don't know. It just went, and Trinity also did me in, but I could push through it.
Mm-hmm.
But once I read the $7 of Dupree, I was like, yeah, let me just succumb to it
Cause it's
because
so good. Shout
it's
out to Nikisha.
just yeah, it was just such a good book. And I listened to other things. Like I finished the Battle of the Black Mind, or for was it Battle for the Black Mind? I'm gonna tell you right now. I always get it for or the one of them by of
I
this
was gonna
lady's
say
name.
hit the Google baby because you're struggling. I can see the gears twisting in your head.
Yeah,
For
for the
everybody that is watching on the YouTube channel, yes, my nails are back. I am back to being a book reading ass hoochie. I don't know what I was thinking with them dishwashing hands. Obviously I was depressed and life was whooping my ass, but I am back, girl. And if you ever see me with them nubs again, you do something
not
about
the
it.
nubs. I'm
Yeah,
growing
no.
mine slowly but surely, but I can't go too far because now I be in the gym and they got me doing deadlifts. So I
Girl,
gotta
my nails were longer than this when I was in the gym heavy, like pre our friendship. It was
yeah.
like my trainer at the time, he would always laugh because as I start to sweat, my glasses get down here to the tip of my nose. He'd be like, you and these long ass nails and them glasses that don't never fall. He was like, my goal is to make your glasses fall off your face.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the I'm gonna figure it out because I'll figure it out. It once they grow out, I'll just have to deal with it and go from there.
yeah, no. If y'all ever see me with dishwashing hands again, be concerned. Call the people, set me up a therapy appointment, send some money, something. Do
Yeah,
something.
when she got her nails cut, I said, "Are you sure?"
You did. A
Like,
lot of people did.
is something like what do we have to do?
And to
But I
be
knew.
honest, at the time, it was like a scheduling conflict. Mommy had it was like right around mommy just getting her
Mm-hmm.
breast cancer diagnosis and all of that. And I was like, that's the last thing on my mind right now. Like,
Yeah, something convenient
yeah, I just needed
because
something for
yeah.
the but yeah, no, never again. As soon as she laid that acrylic, I said, my God, today, how the little things just bring you back to yourself.
And mind you, I was getting used to your nubs, but they was just still looking so odd to see you like
Yes. Mm-hmm. Never
yeah, it
again.
was just
Don't even worry
sorry.
about it.
Let me close that. But anyways, The Battle for the Black Mind by Karita Brown. That's the name of the book. That was really good.
Okay.
That was a good one. I think there are for people that are interested in understanding the the educational freedom fight or the
Okay.
fight for educational freedom.
Okay.
it gives more of like it's a good little dive into. I think it's a nice intro into things. It gets you settled in there. It makes you think a little bit more. Like she was talking about, like we know about W. E. B. Du Bois and what's his
Double
name?
consciousness.
Double consciousness, but who was he fighting with? Homie, what's his name?
I
They
mean,
had
me,
a back
if
and
it was the
forth.
right time period.
Hold on, let me look it up. It wasn't George Washington Carver right now versus Booker T. Washington.
There you go. I was about to say I knew it was
Yes.
Washington.
They go in, she goes into details about that a little bit. Not too much from what we already know, but it was a nice, it was also like very timely with what was happening on Threads a bit
Okay.
when it came to writers, like the notion of like you have to go to school for writing or being at a
Oh,
certain or being traditionally published versus indie published, that type of thing, like that type of rhetoric. It was very interesting to see that with our elders, even more, like thinking about that as I'm listening to it and then seeing it in live in action. There was a point when W.E.B. Du Bois apologized to I want to call him George Washington Carver, Booker T. Washington.
I was gonna say, what are
Um,
you trying to say, sister?
and he was like,
Apologize.
yeah, there was a point in time he apologized to him and acknowledged that what his contributions and stuff like that. I think after he passed away or something like that.
Okay.
So that was very interesting. Of like, he was like, even though we disagreed, it's like I still respect what he was doing, because honestly, Booker T. Washington, he kind of said it himself. Booker T. Washington was doing the things. He was doing a lot for the community, regardless of how he felt. They were both doing the things, you know?
I think, yeah, I think that's interesting because after reading Harlem Rhapsody and seeing how hard people go for W.E.B. Du Bois and double consciousness and stuff like that, to know that later he was able to come around and to have this evolution of thought is very interesting.
Yeah. Is
Because
I, you
the
know, go ahead. I'm
girls
sorry.
were the girls were calling me out my name because I wanted to know why we were thirsting after this man with a hairline that started to finish, right? Smart or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think people get wrapped up on like the whatever a person is famous for. We can say the same thing for like me and Coochie books, right? Like people watch that
Mm-hmm.
one video of mine and that to them is, oh, Shelby is the spokesperson for these kinds of
The,
books. When it's like,
yeah.
no, actually I'm not.
Yeah, there's more to me. There's more to me than what you think. Um yeah, I think it was very interesting to read there that on the page and listen to that as well. It was a good book. I thought it was cool.
It's good. I haven't
Yeah.
read any nonfiction since I don't know what the last nonfiction I read was. I do want to
Casualties
read.
of Wasn't it Casualties of Truth?
That is not a nonfiction book, friend. And every time we talk about that book, we have the same conversation about how it is not a nonfiction.
You
Even though it looks
do.
like a nonfiction, the cover does, but it's not a nonfiction. There is valuable information in that book, though, about apartheid and the amnesty trials, stuff that I had never heard before.
Yeah, I always get it. And mind you, I got it on whatchamacallit. I got it on
Mm-hmm.
Libby. And I'm like, oh, it's gonna be my nonfiction of the month.
Yeah, no, it's not nonfiction at all.
We really do have this conversation every 5 to 10 business days.
Mm-hmm.
Um I do need
And
to
now that I
finish
read
reading.
it,
Hmm.
I can't get it out my head that it's a fiction because it's very cinematic.
Okay.
I can see why people are not talking about it a lot because it feels like it needs to be a movie.
Mm. It should have been, this is a screenplay, basically.
Yeah, like it feels
Mm.
the way that it kind of like shifts between timelines, the different conversations that it's having. Like one of the main things is they're in this restaurant and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
the tension that is between like the two main characters would probably be more identifiable to people if it was on screen. Like I could
Mm.
see in my
Mhm.
head, I could see like these very tight frames of like just
Mhm.
everything that's going on. Like I could hear the kitchen and the goings on in a fancy restaurant and like the awkwardness of some of the things like it needed to be on screen. And then the flashbacks to um South Africa, I could see that like wider screen, wider shots, like slowing us down a little bit to kind of really get to know these characters. So I
I
could
guess that's a
see why people are not like raving.
fighting. Yeah. I guess it's a good problem to have in a sense, a little bit, not necessarily, but you have to sell your. It's like it's vivid, but I haven't heard that before. Like it's super vivid and super like edgy or movement wise that it's like, oh, this is too much for a book, so it needs to be on screen. So it's kind of like,
Yeah,
maybe
like
she
it
should take,
wasn't
yeah,
bad. I didn't walk
yeah,
away from it feeling like meh, right?
yeah.
It's a good book, it's a good story, it's a good perspective, right? I just
Mm-hmm.
felt like it's very cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see somebody picking this book up by the cover, like us, thinking that it's nonfiction, opening it, realizing that it's a fiction, and then like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really like, is it literary fiction? Is it a thriller? Like,
And now that you're talking about this, the really for sure the design of the book does not give it what it's supposed to give.
you know. And I mean, after you read it, the book cover makes sense. Like it applies. I just
Mm. Okay.
yeah, like it doesn't once you understand it all and you get all the different moving pieces and stuff, it definitely makes sense. I just was like
Mm.
I thought that we were going to get and I'm trying to think what made me pick this book up in the first place. I think I bought it because
We were
there's
talking
someone
about it. Yeah.
yeah, like I don't
It was
remember
on
that
one of
part.
our it was like on one of our TBR lists, and then we saw it and we were I remember we having a conversation, we were like raving about it, then we found out it was a fiction and we were like, "Oh, different." And you went to buy it before I bought it. I mean, I didn't buy it
Right.
yet, but you went to buy it, whatever. And then I think you tried to read it first, and then
Yeah, and I
it
was
didn't
like I knew that
stick.
I wanted to immersive read it. And the
Yeah.
audiobook wasn't out at first.
I wonder who her publisher is.
That I don't know. But I noticed the same thing for Tony Ann Johnson. There is an audiobook for Where's Home.
There isn't, no. Oh, it's Grove Atlantic. Oh, that's very different that they don't. Because Tony Ann Johnson is through a indie, not indie, but like a university press. So that would make
Ah,
sense why they
okay.
don't have. But she's Grove Atlantic. I would have thought she would have had a
I mean, there's one now, but when it first came out,
like
it wasn't.
sooner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there wasn't one. But I would love for Tony Ann Johnson to have an audiobook. I think she's performed
It's so
um
good.
or
So good.
narrated um her other audiobook
Mm-hmm.
because when
When I
mom
th-
and I went to see her,
yeah, there's a well, that makes sense why she's so animated. She's a screenwriter and playwright. I did not know that.
mhm,
Um, but when I got to this one part of the book, and just for those that are listening, we're talking about "But Where's Home" by Tony Ann Johnson that comes out.
it came out February 10th.
It came out, yeah. So, so I got to this one part of the book where I was like, "Wow, the dialogue is amazing with this." Like it picked up, like it was a part where it just picked up really quickly,
Mhm.
and I was like, I can see this. I can
Well,
see this being
also
something.
her all her books are about the same family. So I'm curious to read.
Mm.
Um,
The other ones.
yeah, one is a novella, the other one is a collection of short stories, but all the same family.
No, no, no. In the same book or just all her
No,
books?
her other book. So one
Oh,
of
her
them is
other
a
books.
short story. The
Okay.
other one is a collect. One is a novella. The other ones are a collection of short stories as well.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Light Skin Gone to Waste is a collection of short stories, and then the other one is Homegoing.
I'm looking at it
And
now. Mm-hmm.
Remedy for
I'm gonna
a
have to
Broken
read. I'm gonna have to
Angel.
pick it up.
You might have to order them online. I don't think that they're gonna be readily accessible because when I was looking for
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, it
Yeah,
was it's gonna be
yeah,
a
I'm
struggle to find
gonna.
some of those. But there were people at the book event that were very like big fans of hers. She was very nice.
Yeah, this the I will say so far what I've read is very captivating.
That's
Very
good.
captivating. I like it. I like it a lot. Um, but what else? What have I read? We just jumped into it. I finished Model Home. That was
Okay.
good. I liked it.
Did you guess
Yes,
the
yes.
plot twist?
I did not. I did
Told you.
not. I was so thrown off.
Now that scene where how do I say this without spoiling it for anybody?
Yeah, it's hard to. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna spoil it. Is there not a chat on this thing?
Is it church? Are we talking
I
about church
said
scene?
no. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. That scene happened and I still it I was like, wait, what?
I don't even see what you sent.
Text message.
Uh
That
oh yes, yes. That was I was like,
scene, I was
what
like,
is
that's what
happening?
I was like, wait a minute, I don't know anything.
I was so like I will say it's one of those books where you really have to like pay attention to the little details because you're gonna miss something like you're gonna be lost.
Yes. Because it feels like a like mental health issue. That's what it feels like. It feels like multiple personalities, schizophrenia, something along the lines of that. That's what it feels like for a large part of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah read it before I did. When I was texting Sarah, I'm like, Sarah, I know you read it already, but like, I don't believe you, girl. It's got to be multiple personalities. Like, what are you talking to me about?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was and it very much does depict very well the fact that you could be raised by the same two parents in the same house and have completely different experiences.
Different. Oh my goodness, these kids is different
Like,
than
I
I
mean,
two opposite ends of the spectrum.
right. Like three, because that
Three. Oh
baby
yeah,
girl,
three.
I was like,
Yeah.
I wanted to shake her, gal, tighten up, something, figure it out.
It was a lot going on. Yeah, I liked it. I was just not expecting any of whatever happened.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie. I read three, well, two, because I fell in a slump. I need to read finish the third one. K.L. Hall, her
Which ones did you
books.
read?
Something is it something blue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. That's what's the name of it. KL. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this one was crazy. I have to finish the novella series because I have one more to go. But what did I did something blue, and then what's the second one that I'll figure it out. I'll send it to you. But that little series was good. I'm gonna finish it. Um what else did I read? I didn't finish Rooted because Libby snatched it away from me, but they delivered it back so I can finish it. But it was good. I thought it was
Y'all
really
be
excellent.
tussling with the libraries, and I just don't see that for myself.
It just and I could be I had 76%. They could have waited a little bit longer. Like I only had an
Not
hour left.
76%.
I thought it was a very fascinating examination of owning land and the importance of owning land, especially as black people. And like she really was very detailed. I want the physical book because I need to literally annotate and really sit down and write more notes about it. But it is a great book. She did an excellent job. So if anybody's like interested in learning more about land and how inheritance looks and how the history behind that from all demographic like from all walks of life within the diaspora, because she even talks about the maroons and Jamaica, and like she goes all over but mostly sticks with the South and talks about how being in the South really did like change her thought process. She even went to Delaware. That's when I was like tweeted that out. She was talking about a black town in Delaware, which I knew there was like obviously there's HBCU there and there's a lot quite a few black people in Delaware, but people don't be thinking about Delaware historically. And I was like,
Oh, cause ain't Delaware the place that's like you don't get taxed or something like that? Like there's no sales tax in Delaware. Like a
is
lot of
there?
people move. It's something
I
like
think
that. A lot of people
so.
move to
Yeah,
Delaware
something.
for whatever. I
Yeah.
actually hate driving through fucking Delaware because 1 second the
Yeah,
speed limit be
right
like
there.
15, and then the next one it'd be like you could go 50 miles per hour, and then you got to go back down to 5. I don't like driving in there.
I be forgetting y'all are really right there. Like it's just right there. Like
Yeah,
the
you've only
concept
lived in big states. You've never lived
is
in a.
yeah, the
If I
concept just
drive,
never
it takes you like 2.5 hours to get from the top of New Jersey where I am to the bottom of New Jersey. So
yeah.
three
It
hours in
just
any direction, I'm in another state.
yeah, it just doesn't 3 hours we're still in Florida. You go 3 hours up, you're in Orlando. 3 hours west, you're in Tampa. That's it.
I That doesn't make sense to me. I remember the first, like, not the first time mom went to California, but like one of the times there's a yarn convention thing out there or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and she was working and she was telling her coworker like, oh, I want to go to whatever whatever whatever. The person was like, oh, we can, the flights are inexpensive, and mommy was like, a flight is in, it's in the same state. And they were like, that's 6 hours
Yeah.
away. And my mother was like, if I leave my house and drive 6 hours in any direction, I'm 2, 3, maybe even 4 states away, girl.
Yeah, like
So
it's like even like to go to San Francisco. People are like, you haven't been to San Francisco? I know, I haven't dedicated time to drive 8 hours to San Francisco. I'm sorry.
eight
I'll just take the plane.
hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what the April Fool's joke was today from New Jersey?
What?
That effective immediately, we have to pump our own gas. And everybody was in the comments of the governor's page like, use a
Oh,
motherfucking lie.
that's crazy. I know
Because
you
I'm
guys don't
not
even
doing
know
that.
how to pump gas. That's crazy.
The last time we were
I,
just in Virginia, my mother said, what
oh,
did
well,
you do
you
when
know.
you drove to, I, my mother said, what did you do when you drove to your father's house? I said, I would get out of my car. I knew how much gas it would take me to get there. I'd get out of my car and hand my keys over. That is now his issue. Pump gas.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't even get me started on gas.
Then that's like the time I went to get the oil changed, and the man was like, is this synthetic or whatever the hell he asked me? I said, baby, put Crisco in that motherfucker. I don't know. Olive?
Yes, you gotta know. I mean, that's the only thing I know. I just be like synthetic, and I just go about
Looked
my.
at him and I
But
was like, you
anything
see how
else,
long these nails are? And he was like, you right. Yeah, get the click clacking on that
yeah,
computer and ask the computer. I don't know.
just figure it out. Yeah,
Olive?
yeah,
Vegetable?
yeah. I've only lived in big states. I don't know what that lifestyle is. I would be jealous of people that lived like when I went to visit AJ in Georgia one time. We went to Tennessee, and we got to Tennessee in like 2 hours. I was like, wow. But meanwhile, that for us is like a day, maybe a day. Yeah, it could take a day to get to Tennessee. Yeah, it would. Because like getting through the state of Florida is a solid 9 hours from the bottom. Like if you're in the middle, it's like what?
I'm really surprised
Half
y'all
of
haven't
that.
made me a meme yet. Like, I'm very surprised that y'all have not, because
Yeah. nine
if I drive
hours.
if I
Mm-hmm.
drive 9, 10 hours, I'm gonna be in Georgia.
Yeah, no, that's not. I remember one time I took. This is the longest it ever took me to get to Tallahassee. This is when I went to visit my cousin, or did I come for Chelsea's graduation? Somebody's graduation. I took a bus from Miami because I was at FIU. I took the red bus from Miami. That bus drive was almost 16 hours because of the stops and how slow it was going. We were still in Florida.
Speaking of traveling, did you see that they sending that black man and his 3 coworkers up to the other side of the moon?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Something about it just is not. Are the grandmothers praying? I just something. I just
Yeah, he's like making history because he's going on the opposite end of the moon or something like something
And I'm like,
interesting.
baby, we don't know what the Dolphin Gerald and his people is building down in the deep blue sea.
Yeah.
Why is y'all going to the other side of the earth?
Yeah, there's nothing up there, guys. I mean, there's
Even if it
aliens,
is,
but it's
even if
like
it is,
the real aliens are below.
they are.
Mm-hmm. The real aliens are below. Um, but yeah, that book was pretty cool. I think we should see more historical fictions in like Delaware, Milwaukee. I'm trying to think of a book where it was based in Milwaukee. I don't think I've seen one.
I need to read a geography book because I really don't be knowing what our country like where things are anymore. My brain just doesn't
Yeah.
keep information I don't need.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting, low key. Anyways, but yeah, I think that's all. I just had a very. It was just not a great reading month, but it is what it is.
I'm
And
trying to think.
then television wise, I've been watching
Don't you
trash,
say nothing
guys.
to me
You know
about no
me.
reality television.
Oh my gosh, guys, some good stuff is out there. Some great stuff is out there. These white folks are on one. I'll say that. But of substance, I watch Homicide, New York.
Oh,
That
I
was
need to finish
sad. There
watching
was some
that.
sad. There was some sad. They had
Yeah,
night.
that
They
one with
had
the lady at Nobu and that man was ordering prostitutes on her credit card.
New York or L.A.
Yeah, homicide, New York. Because it
Homicide.
was at I
Oh,
know where that I know where that whatchamacallit is.
well, I
Not
think
Nobu. The
I had one more. I think I had one more episode to watch because I fell asleep on one of them, so I said I would go back. So it might be that
when
one.
you gonna watch Paradise so that I can talk to somebody about this?
Oh yeah, we do need to sit down and watch Paradise. Yeah, because
Dang, you gotta wait for
we
AJ.
binge. Hmm. I'll get him. I'll wrangle him up on Friday.
Boo.
I know, but we did watch. I mean, I know you're not interested in. You don't watch Cross. Personally, to me,
Okay.
I know other people feel otherwise. I feel like I'm thinking with logic. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't like action packed like the first season. I think there's expectations that it was supposed to be one way and continue the momentum, but I think it was a slow burn. I also feel like we need to detach ourselves from the main character. We know we want him to be with a black woman, yes, but we have to understand plot and character development. I did not foresee him staying with that white lady because I knew she was dirty. That is the whole point of her character was to be dirty. And guess what happened? She was dirty. So I think in my mind when I saw he ended up with her, I didn't think that was going to last. I knew there was going to be a
Okay, I
tug
can
and
see that.
pull.
I
So that was but I liked the storyline. I liked where it went. It was experimental, I will say that.
put on threads that I think the reason that people I have issues identifying things like plot points and such like that in film and
Mhm.
TV is because they are not reading.
Yeah. I mean,
There just isn't a
and I want people to understand because I didn't read any of the Cross series by James Patterson. James Patterson wasn't my immediate go to as somebody when I was reading. I've read maybe one book by him eons ago, right? But
Mhm.
Cross wasn't something I was reading. But somebody was like, yeah, I read the whole entire series. He was like, this, if you're familiar with James Patterson, even though the screenplay is a little bit different, these elements are not too far
far
off.
fetched. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, that and that makes sense because it's also by a white man. So we got to be fucking for real too. Like, I know Aldous is one of the producers, but we really have to be for real.
Said be fucking serious.
Like, I
Gee.
want people to like use their noggins when we're watching things personally because it goes for books too. And I think a lot of people just really don't put
Yeah.
it together.
I speaking of book adaptations, I did watch Scarpetta. on
Mm. Mm.
Amazon Prime, maybe that is.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't bad. The lady from what's that scary movie where he walks slow? All I can hear in my head is Mikael Myers. Michael
Where he
Myers, the
walks
lady
slow.
that's in.
Oh,
Have you
yes,
ever
yes,
seen
yes.
that video of the little boy? He was dressed up as Michael Myers for Halloween, and they obviously were Haitian. And she was
Yes. I
Mikael
forgot
Myers.
about Oh my gosh.
But the lady,
Mm-hmm.
it's two very
So,
popular white ladies in Scarpetta,
mm-hmm.
and it wasn't bad.
Okay.
It's a little weird.
But it wasn't bad.
It wasn't
Okay.
bad if you looking for something to watch.
Okay. I might look into that. One good reality show. Not bad,
Okay.
not messy, nothing like that, guys. I watched this reality show with Serena Williams, Winnie Harlow, the wife of Tommy Hilfiger, and somebody else. Some Hispanic. I know she's Mexican. I think she's a Latin American singer. Anyways, they had a reality show. It is under the radar, low key, and it's on Amazon.
Uh huh.
It's
What's
good.
it called?
It. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now,
Google.
Serena. But I would say personally, I can see why, because I use Winnie Harlow's like lip gloss. So it was interesting to see the behind the scenes because there was a time when that lip gloss, like the tube malfunctioned. And so she was talking about how she was very adamant about the formula and putting it in this specific tube, and now she had to change it. It's giving you insight onto how to run a business. I thought it was very interesting.
It's called the
And
CEO Club, guys.
there we go. Um, Serena Williams also talks about Win Beauty. I feel for
I
her.
forgot that existed.
Me too. And it shows
Okay.
because her team was not listening to her. She was, so how she explained the brand now that she says it, because everybody was like, why didn't she make activewear? Da, 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 da. You know how everybody was talking about that. She was saying she wanted it to be activewear makeup. And for
Okay.
people, yeah, like she wanted an activewear makeup, and she's like, not necessarily just for like if you're playing tennis or anything, because she's like, it is good for that, or like any sports. But she was like, if you're a mom like me on the go, I don't want to do a full beat. I want something quick. I want something like blase blase, like application wise. And she was like, that's how I want it to be marketed. Like she's sitting with her marketing team and she's going over this, and she's telling them this, but it's not being translated on socials and any other like marketing platforms that they're using, newsletter, whatever the case may be. It's not being translated that way. And I thought that was so interesting. And she had good ideas, but her team was just not listening. It was all mostly all black women too, I will say. So it's not like a matter of, oh, white black type of situation, maybe they just not, no, it was all black women. Majority of her marketing people were black. It So this was filmed 2024/2025. I went on the page. She's at the end of the show. She did say she let go more majority of her marketing folks. I went to the page just to see, like, because I know all that stuff with them being marked down at Ulta Beauty, all this other stuff was happening like in the last, like, at the end of the year or something. I'm just gonna go on their page. Nothing has been posted since that time period.
Wow.
And
I'm
so
looking
I
at the
don't know
website
what's
right
happening.
now
Yeah.
because there was a nice shade range in
Yeah.
like everything. I still want to try it. I just
I
wanted
th-
to see the
yeah.
products in uh like in person, and I just never got around to it.
Got around to it. I don't recall seeing it at Ulta anymore. Personally,
So
I'm not
like
sure if
this
their partnership
said,
ended.
excuse me, a hydrating skin tint. Okay. They got a soft matte creamy concealer,
Mm-hmm.
medium coverage. What's the coverage on the skin tint? Because I was looking for stuff to put in my carry-on to
Mm-hmm.
just have like a good like small size. And like the foundation is 1 fluid ounce, which is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's stuff that I could toss into my bag without worrying about like TSA and stuff. And there were a lot
Yeah.
of lip
Yeah.
products.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at their website and they're like, no, there's nothing said about it being
But then this
for.
doesn't say that we can't, it doesn't say that I can order this from their website. It's telling me to purchase at Ulta. But when I click it
Oh,
to like buy at Ulta,
it
yeah,
don't
everything
it's
says
not
purchase
there.
at Ulta, but the page is not there.
I see. Let me see. Let
Wow.
me just search. Beauty. No, it's not even on Ulta at all.
Yeah, it's not
I
on
just
here.
typed in, yeah, I just typed it in just to see, like, just searching outside of what it took us to. Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Win is and then like looking at her website like now, like there's literally no mention of it being for like high
Sports and like
functioning or
that.
active. Yeah, like it's like you see her on the tennis court, of course, cool with these
Well, I
concealers.
just clicked on the About Win page and it says high performing clean makeup that moves with you. About us, makeup made to move in.
Okay, makeup needs moving.
Win Beauty was developed by Serena Williams as makeup you can move in. This intention at the core of our formulas made with clean, high performing cruelty, blah, 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 that you wear beautifully and nourish your skin as you move throughout your day. Okay.
Winning. Who awarded them anything?
Girl,
I mean, I
anyway.
guess the
So it's good to know that
anyway,
the
but
show is
yeah,
not bad, but
it's not a bad show. I think it's if you are trying to see a little bit more about the ins and outs of some of these CEOs and their realities, especially women of color. It's quite across the range, except for minus the
but I
white
think
lady.
this
It was
sounds
good.
that uh what am I trying to say? That makeup brand sounds familiar to the second brand that Bobbi Brown came out with. So there's obviously Bobbi Brown Cosmetics, which is some of my favorite products. I
Mm-hmm.
think like my top have always been Bobbi Brown, MAC, and NARS, right? Because that's what I
Mm-hmm.
learned. Those are the products that I
Yeah.
learned from. Um, and it's called Jones Road, I think.
Jones Road.
And they're supposed to be like a clean makeup situation, right? Not that
Clean
I
makeup
think
and
that Bobbi
makeup.
Brown is not that. Because Bobbi Brown, I think out of all of the girls, is more of a um softer beat. It very much is focused on skin prep and like that kind of thing. But this I think originally was targeted towards more like an older demographic, right? Like so something that's clean, that's not gonna like break your skin out, but also is going to be easy to put on, sort of thing. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
Win kind of seems like to me, like that same kind of vibe. But so if people are looking for something, I would say check out Jones Road. Jones Road. It is probably going to be a little bit more expensive.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm looking at it now.
like their skin tint is $44. For what is the
Wow.
sizing on this? Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's quite high
1.69
for a
fluid
skin
ounces.
tint.
Uh,
Well,
mm,
actually, no, because
no,
Danessa
you
is like
know,
38.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's it's higher end, but it's not far off from brands in
yeah,
this, like in the category that they would be in. And like they
yeah.
have tinted face powder, they have bronzer, they have like, oh, this bronzer look cute though. That's a nice shade. Yeah, they just within the last year they released that. Like
Okay.
the body lotion, the body cream, the body oil, all of that stuff is new. But they actually have a store, a Jones Road store close to me.
Hmm.
And when I
Okay.
went in there, but there was controversy
Oh.
because the foundation when that first came out, um I believe it's something marketed as like again like light coverage, like it's not a full
Mm-hmm.
coverage foundation, it's buildable, but it's supposed to be like flexible, that kind of thing. And there was a girl, a content creator on TikTok, that I guess famously uses her hands to put her makeup on, and she used an excessive amount and like rubbed her hands in it and like did like that, and was complaining about how the product wasn't good. And Bobby Brown herself got up there and was like, well, when you're not using it correctly, and was like mimicking her, like using it with her hands. It was a
Oh,
whole
I
thing.
do remember that. Yes, I do remember seeing
Mm-hmm.
that. Okay.
It was a
Oh,
whole thing.
interesting. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check them out. Yeah, lip gloss too. I'm a sucker for lip gloss. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I Bobby Brown's products. I also didn't realize that she was a Jersey girl because she had a book come out within the last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a
That's dope.
memoir. But like
That's
Bobby
dope.
Brown, if you have not tried their nourishing like hydrating primer,
Mm-hmm.
it's called the vitamin enriched face base moisturizer and primer. You
Oh,
need
I've
that.
seen this around. Yeah.
You need that. A little goes a long way.
Mm.
Um, but it is actually one of my favorites. When you the big thing on good makeup is good skin prep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's a good part of your routine.
I
I
like
haven't
the
used like a
ingredients.
I haven't used a like legit like primer in a long time. I've been using that for years.
Yeah, I like the ingredients of it. If it's like hyaluronic acid, squalene, that'll do really great on my skin, just based off
Hmm
of that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna
I
have
haven't
to.
used their stick foundation. I remember really liking that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I also used a lot of their like powders and stuff. So like
Mm-hmm.
they were one of the first places that I was able to get like a bronzer that actually worked for my skin tone,
Mm.
you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um so yeah.
that's good. That's
Shout
good.
out to
Okay,
Bobby Brown
cool.
because she with the shit because that girl tried to say something was wrong with her foundation and Bobby Brown was like, try it again. And it was funny because I believe her son is on her marketing team. So her son called her and was
Oh.
like, did you see this? And she was like, well, how do
Mm-hmm.
we respond type thing. Um so yeah. Well, the book that we are going to discuss very quickly with you all is Theirs by ML Bash. You guys know that she is one of our favorite authors, one of the best guests that we've had on here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tag that episode or I'll put that episode in the description box in case you guys did not know that we had her on and want to watch it.
Yeah.
Um, what did you think about it, friend? Before I even tell them what it's about.
I will be honest, I am 75% in. But I've been reading. I was trying to read fast. The last 2 days got away from me. But I don't mind spoilers. I can ride with it. She's gonna kill
I'm
me,
not gonna
guy.
tell. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not spoiling nothing. It's a very good book. If you are into
It is good
poly
though.
romance, I think this is good for you. I think um Emma Bash is one of those authors to me that does a really good job at kind of blending like erotica and contemporary romance because a lot of her
Hmm.
books feel like contemporary romance, but then everybody is hunching real hard, you know?
Yeah. No, that's literally, yeah, like the premise of it, like setting it up. She's giving you
Like
the
the
first
best of
couple
both
chapters.
worlds.
Yeah, like you're like pushed into it. You're like, oh shoot. But then you're still getting romance. You're still getting backstories to a lot of these
Yeah, like
characters,
there's still
which
depth and
yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
so the main character Giselle, she works at a bar and this guy, Keanu, sees her at the bar and has been stalking her. She's also a sex worker, she's a cam girl, and he is just like, I remember her from high school. I used to be friends with her brother. And friends I'm using loosely. And she was doing hurricane shots, which is actually a real thing. I don't know if you've seen the
I see.
videos of
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he goes for a hurricane shot and he is like very much turned on by her, sneaks into her house, puts cameras in there so he can continue to watch her, even though he already has a subscription to her cam
Yeah.
situation, and is under her bed while she is having sex with this other guy. The other guy, his name is Stone. He's a security guard at the bar that she works at, and she's like very aware of like how attractive she is and that all these men want her, but she has her own issues behind the scenes that makes her apprehensive of men, which rightfully so. And then we go from there. I think it's a very spicy book because we're covering a lot of kinks.
Mm-hmm.
and they're not just having regular I know y'all be back at the house letting Mister get on top of you and rut. They not doing that. They not just kissing real
Yeah.
hard, okay? Um
It's a lot of representation in a way, if you think
yes.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it is. A lot of
yeah.
and positive representation, right? Like
Yeah.
men that would it probably in real life be very against having a conversation about
Yeah.
being bisexual and like what that means and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
It's Emma Bash does a very good job. I think before I
Yes.
wasn't able to like put into words that it's the combination of like contemporary and erotica. Like she
Mhm.
balances it really well. So, well, when you do
It's
finish it,
juicy. I
we can
will
talk
text
more.
you at the end of the once I finish it. But so far where I'm at, it's good and juicy. I'm leaning more towards Stone.
Same. Stone makes my chest hot. I like him a lot.
I like him more, so I hope Giselle. But at the same time, she's having the best of both worlds
Hmm.
for
I think they
her.
both play a very good play. So I know that I've read more of ML Bash's stuff than you have. There is a novella that she did that was like I think Shifters maybe.
Mm.
It was a fantasy of some sort that has a similar dynamic
Oh, okay.
where the guys are like very very opposite.
Mhm.
But that's also represented in um most of her poly stuff. So like I could say that about
Yeah.
Ren and Bear because they were very opposite, but with Ren and Bear they were already friends.
Mm.
And then the other one, the group of friends from You Hide I'll Seek,
Yes, I was about to
they
say you'll
all
hide
were
out. See,
very
yeah.
they all were
Yeah.
very
She's very fluid.
different.
She likes fluidity. She likes to play with against societal's norms. And I think a lot of people I we're not people are not going to think about these type of things. They're just going to think
Mhm.
about like, oh, the hunching and that was about it. But for for this book specifically, especially when they first started hunching and doing the things, it was kind of like Stone was starting to realize like, oh, I'm okay with this and I didn't know I was okay with this. But I
Yeah, and he
never
didn't
been in
have
a position to
right, and he was very
yeah.
like, well, I understand that it's this person doing this to me,
Yeah.
not any, any man.
Yeah.
But what the other thing that I noticed is although she sticks to the same kinds of subject matter, you can see the
Mhm.
growth in her writing style and how she
Mhm.
approaches things, and you can see where she is getting better, you know?
Yeah, this one is her like I read I'll hide you'll seek and there's
You
another
hide,
one
I'll
I
seek.
read. Yeah. They was seeking and finding. You get what I mean. Um there was another one I read. I can't remember, but this one I started reading it. And I was like, "Yo, this is really like it wasn't bad before. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
but I
no, like
was
she's
like,
always been good, but you can see the like,
yeah,
oh,
I was like, you know what? I see where you're at right now, and I love the
hmm,
level up. I also felt like it gave a little bit of like, I know Casey Mills. She's under Casey's imprint, right?
yeah, hmm,
It gives a little bit of that influence in terms of the writing, the
yeah,
strongness of the
absolutely,
writing. So I was
absolutely.
like, oh, she's gonna get to where she needs to be. Like,
Yeah,
period.
I think something that I noticed. So like, there's a erotica author, India T. Norfleet. Love her stuff. But it's one of those situations with her where I feel like if you've read one of her books, you've read all of them because there isn't
Oh,
necessarily a switch up in like
mm-hmm,
how the hunching is described or the way that the girls are moaning
mm-hmm.
or the way that the men are approaching them. Like she obviously has a style and a place where ML Bash also has a style. Like she has a style. Like she's found her niche and she's there. But every time feels a little different.
It does, and I
Every
like
time
where
feels a
this
little
is
different.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious. I was trying to rush to the end. I was like, I need to get finished, but I couldn't. Like, work.
Did you read Decker and Keeley, the little Valentine's Day novella that she did? All of
No,
Casey Mills' imprint did. It's like
I
9 of
did.
them. They're all
I
definitely
read
less
one
than
of them.
200 pages. Most of them are less than like 100 pages. I think the most is maybe like 150 or something like that.
Okay, I need to finish out that because I read Casey's novella, but I did not get to the rest of them.
Okay, so like Decker and Keeley are my faves. This isn't the
Okay.
first situation where she's written a book at this particular sex retreat.
Hmm.
Um, and there are similar dynamics, but again, it just feels different. Like you can just see
Mm-hmm.
how she's getting better. So I
Mm-hmm.
want her for Decker and Keeley. I was like, I want a whole book, girl. And she was like, oh, that would be cool,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she on her Patreon, I'm part of her Patreon.
Okay.
And she released like a chapter of like a
Mm-hmm.
possible full length
Mm-hmm.
Decker and Keeley. I said, oh girl, I need that by tonight. I need all of it, every chapter. She
And
was like,
I
what
can
book?
I can hear her saying it too. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." Her innocent voice.
Right. We was like talking it out in DMs because I'm like, she had sent Decker and Keeley to me early. And when I read it, and I
Hmm.
was like, I have to experience Decker by myself. Like, that's not fair. I don't have
Yeah,
anybody to talk to about Decker. Like, I love him.
I'm deep. I was like, you know what? I need to dedicate some time to ML Bash because I've been in K
Casey Mills.
KL Hall
Oh, KL Hall. Did
deep.
you read The Brothers? Did you said KL Hall? Did you read Trouble?
No, I didn't get there yet.
Oh,
No,
I love him.
I gotta
He's
get.
my favorite brother.
Yeah, I gotta get deep. I've been going through. I did her Thanksgiving series. I think I did Christmas. And now I'm through this. I'm doing this series. And I'm like, oh yeah, I need to dedicate time to my girls. I've been deep in literary. We've
Yeah,
neglected the
no, KL
girls
Hall.
on my
It's the
Kindle, so I got to get in.
that those brothers they were cool.
Yeah,
Hold on, because I can't think. I think the first
yeah.
thing that I
I'll
read by KL Hall was Adonis. Adonis is a standalone, and
Adonis. Oh
he
yeah.
was. I'm trying to think. Was it Adonis? Was it? Yeah, Adonis was. It was like a marriage of convenience type thing,
Okay.
and the brothers they were some trouble something. All I can hear in my head now is trouble in my way, trouble in my way. I can't find it. Whatever. Whoever the
When you
brothers
find
were.
it, just send it to you. I'll find it. I'll if
Yeah, they
anything,
were a good
I'll
time.
search. Yeah, I enjoyed this, and I think when we're talking about something like this, I hope people start thinking a little bit more deeply. You've already said this about erotica and just romance in general. We need people to start thinking just a little bit deeply about what the girls are putting down with such a genre that doesn't get the seriousness it deserves, if that makes
Right,
sense. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because I even think about how they praise Disha Phil for how she writes the sex on the page. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yes, Disha deserves all her things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But then also, the girls are also doing that. They just are not traditionally published.
They're just
So,
not traditionally published at all, which makes it seem like they just don't have the bandwidth. I was telling somebody also that like because everybody, when you're talking to people that start reading, they're like, "Oh, I read Kennedy Ryan," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And they're like, "Yeah, the sex is so spicy." I was like, "You have not gotten into the girls. You
okay.
haven't gotten into the girl. Let me guide you to the girls that are doing it like it is. Kennedy is
Apparently, Lizzo, I'm sorry, y'all. We can stop talking about the coochie books for a second. Lizzo apparently is telling people that she lost her virginity in her 30s.
I
Why do
saw
we
that.
need to know that?
I scrolled. I scrolled because I was like, Lizzo. It's not like I don't necessarily believe her, but I also don't know why this was called for us to know about this now when when we're being blown up or people are being blown up overseas and there are other world issues to think about. That wasn't
Yeah, I
headline
just
worthy.
at all.
It just
I
this was. I
just
mean, yeah. And another thing is like you mean
that
to
also
tell me
explains why she was at that basketball game that one time with her bookie cheeks all bare on them NBA seats. It explains so much.
there's so much going on when I don't want to think about Lizzo. I'm sorry. Lizzo's cool. I just don't. Yeah, it just explains, like you said, it just explains so much, and that's about it.
And the fact that she needed the world to know makes me feel like that she not even hunching hard for real.
And you know what? This is a reoccurring trend with folks that are quote unquote a virgin or abstinent. They be doing a lot, but then
Keep saying to people that the people that are hunching hard don't be talking. The people that are actually really doing the things, you look at them and you would never know. The people that have to like broadcast it, like, okay, for me, I talk about it in reference to books and because y'all like hearing me talk about that shit. But
yeah. Oh, yeah. That was just yeah.
like, what? I don't know. Niggas is
More
weird.
power to her.
She weird. She mad weird.
Yeah. Um do we want to tell them what we're reading for April, May, June?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's get into anything. Actually, I meant to say anything else on your end that you want to talk about?
Mm,
All right.
So, where was it?
April, we are
Mm-hmm.
reading A Guardian and a Thief. I forgot I don't see the author's name next to it. I don't remember that
Yeah,
girl's
I mean,
name.
it's the only book with that name. So,
Yeah. Mega Majumdar. Yeah. Mega Majumdar. And then May is The Fervent White by Deshaun Charles Winslow, which we're excited to have him on. That's our buddy, our pal. That's our origin story, honestly. It's a great time. And then June is on Witness in Despair by Jasmine Ward. Did you see people were getting arcs for that?
yes. Yeah, I
I
know
tried.
Kiese said that he finished it. He loved it.
Yeah. I saw who else I saw? Some one other person I saw had it.
I'm okay with not getting art for it.
It's like, damn.
I'm kind of mad I'm not going to be here when she is going to be on her tour. So
Oh
I won't be able to see her. But
wait, she announced her tour fully?
she never announces anything.
Well, I
So no,
let's
she didn't
see.
announce anything. I just did some Googling.
Yeah.
She's not, she still got stuff on her Instagram page about,
Oh, yes,
Let
I
Us
see it
Descend.
here. Let us see when is
She's
she
not
if
coming
she's
to LA. Yeah, no. Sorry.
I see it on the page. Great. I
Yeah,
don't
she's
want a
not.
free audiobook. I mean ebook, Simon and Schuster. Please leave me alone.
You
This
sent me an
big old
email. Yeah,
maybe she'll
she's not on.
come. Maybe she'll come on she came on her paperback tour of Let Us Descend through the library, so maybe they'll hook it up again next year or something. We'll see.
But I was kind of mad. I almost called my sister and said I'm not coming
I don't blame you.
because I want to see her. But yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Follow us, Legal Readers Pod, on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
threads, YouTube. If you have any questions, comments, concern, I actually don't want to know about your concerns. But if you want any book recommendations, if you want us to talk about a particular subject, you can email us at leagueofreaderspod@gmail.com. Also, if you want to be a guest, we've gotten a couple of emails with some authors that sound really interesting. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
email
That's
us
about
if
it.
if
Yeah.
that's what you're trying to do. And we'll talk to you next week. Bye guys.
Bye.